Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm joined by David Mintz, estate agent extraordinaire from the northwest of England, and also a straight man to Simon Whale.
It's a great business card, isn't it?
Certainly is. I want to talk to you about one of the things that you're very passionate about, and that's mental health in estate agency. Tell me, why is that particularly poignant for you? Talk to me.
I think we've all been through our battles with mental health. We never used to call it mental health. We may have called it stress. We might have called it midlife crisis, whatever you wish to call it. Nowadays, the buzzword is mental health. And there's a lot of people jumping on that bandwagon today. And I hope that the progress that we seem to be making in terms of being able to talk about it openly isn't going to just dissipate and disappear, because it's very fashionable right now.
Have you been through your own battles with mental health?
So yeah, for sure. I mean, I've battled with depression, and I've battled with the massive sort of highs and lows of our career of estate agency. I think it's something that is peculiar to agents, that if you were to talk to them about their experiences, the way that we operate and the way that we work is a roller coaster of emotion. There's an awful lot that we do at risk to ourselves. So, you know, a solicitor that goes into his office, picks up a file and begins working on it, is going to get paid on that file whether the transaction completes or not. The agent that does all of that work all the way up to exchange and completion, it can be months of work, it can be months of building relationships with people, and it's not easy. And that can fall at the final hurdle and you won't see a penny of it. And it's all at risk to the agent. It's the model of our industry. And because of that, there are some massive highs and lows that come with it.
You see, do you think, estate agents' abhorrence for their competitors, there is genuine hate there?
It's a very toxic industry in that respect.
Do you think that's something to do with the people that are in the industry, and whether that is, again, a mental health issue? And I'm not saying they're all batshit crazy and they should all be sent to the
I think
sanatorium.
if you were to do some modelling on personality types working in our industry, you'll find more often than not we all tend to sort of fall into one.
Yes,
one personality
you're a disc
type.
profile I
Yeah.
type, which means you're outgoing people who uses your people skills to
Completely.
get things done.
Completely.
The downside is that type of personality hates rejection. That's why it kills you when you lose a property.
Maybe, but I think the mindset of that toxic mindset when it comes to competition is an outdated mindset. I once worked for a chap who would, if I lost the listing, he would say to me, "David, don't you understand? Those people, they're in your bedroom right now, rifling through your bedside drawer, trying to find your wallet." He had seen a lost instruction basically as his God-given right, and that anybody that had taken it off him was actually sort of stealing from him. So I think if you are to raise people within an industry and you to train people within an industry with that outlook, then I think it's going to give them a very paranoid mindset when it comes to competition. If, however, you to turn around and say, look, there's a reason why you lost that listing today. It's not just because of a cheap fee. You didn't manage to connect with that owner. You're not going to be able to work with them, and you should learn from it. Well, that's a completely different way of looking at it.
Because mental health, again, we're not talking about people who, there are people out there who are having mental breakdowns, but we're talking about the core of people who go through that roller coaster. How have you been able to smooth that roller coaster out as a wise?
It's only really through talking that we can smooth that out. So you at some point, if it gets too bad, you need to obviously seek professional help, and that can be that's something that people need to be forced to do sometimes.
Okay, but we're talking about the main core of people.
In general, I think there is already a discussion going on. I think there is a dialogue. If you were to listen to, Nicola Bruman does an amazing podcast which is very much focused on mental health. But just the fact that we are opening up those boundaries and those barriers to people actually talking about it more openly we're engaging with it. I know you're part of a charity that is helping people to deal with mental health.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's all about, and thank you, it's all about talking to someone, and whether that is, and again, I know you can't talk to another agent in your town, and some people talking to your boss, that's almost a bit close. But really, with using the power of social media, you can build up relationships, and, a problem shared is a problem doubled, as they say.
Yeah.
Reach out to people who you're connected with on LinkedIn, and just start talking to them.
We talked earlier about Christian Byfield. Yeah, one of the most touching things that he does is he'll just send me a text message on a Friday. Hey buddy, just letting you know I'm here. If you ever want to talk, just pick up the phone. How you doing? And if you don't respond to that text message, he will follow up with a phone call eventually. And also, so I think we can actually buddy up within our industry.
Because I know you are part of Stephen Brown's mastermind group, so again, but there's plenty of groups out there. Just build up relationships, talk to. Because again, being an estate agent is it's a unique job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a unique job, and it comes with unique pressures, and we're not easy to deal with. So if you were to talk to the people that we're married to or partnered to, we're not easy to work with. We're not easy to live with sometimes, and we need to acknowledge that. I remember distinctly sitting in Stephen Brown's mastermind in the chair. Once you got to the chair, that was when everybody else was going to try and solve your problems, and you had to bear all. My problem wasn't with a state agency per se. It was a personal issue, and I was one of the first people to turn his mastermind session into a bit of a tear fest, but we did. And once you start to break that down, you open up the barriers that, we all want to be professional, and we all want to be liked, and everybody feels that they're very vulnerable when they talk about emotional issues or whatever it is that they're going through. But we all have commonalities in our industry, and I think that it's more common than not, actually. There's a great drive on lifestyle at the moment, so if your way of dealing with mental health is sort of getting up at 5 a.m, drinking a shake and going on a 25-kilometre jog, great. I'd rather just talk to Chris Watkin.
Thank you for your insight, David. You're absolutely amazing.
Pleasure.